ఈశ్వరాయ విద్మహే సత్యదేవాయ ధీమహి తన్నః సర్వం ప్రచోదయాత్. అనేక సాష్టాంగ ప్రణామాలు సమర్పిస్తూ స్వామి అనుగ్రహ ఆశీస్సులతో శ్రీ సత్యసాయి విద్యార్థులు ప్రతి నెల నిర్వహించేటువంటి శివం సమర్పణ కార్యక్రమంలో భాగంగా ఈరోజు 135వ శివం సమర్పణ కార్యక్రమాన్ని స్వామి అన్ని విధాల ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని దిగ్విజయం చేయమని మనం అందరం ప్రార్థన చేసుకుంటూ స్వామికి ఈనాడు ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని ఈ 135వ శివం సమర్పణ కార్యక్రమాన్ని ముందుగా జ్యోతి ప్రకాశనం చేసుకుని మనం ప్రారంభం చేసుకుందాం. ఈనాడు శివం సమర్పణలో తన అనుభూతులను మనతో పంచుకోవడానికి ఇచ్చేసిన శ్రీ త్రిభువన్ సచ్దేవ్ని, మా శ్రీ సత్యసాయి విద్యార్థులు వినాయకుని, శేషగిరిని, సర్వోత్తముని, శ్రీ సాయి కాంతారావుని, ఎంఆర్కే ప్రసాద్ని, రాఘవానంద్ గారిని, అదేవిధంగా ప్రభాకర్ గారిని, శ్రీ ఎంవిఆర్ శేషాయి గారిని, శ్రీ హరిహరన్ గారిని వేదికపైకి వచ్చి జ్యోతి ప్రకాశం చేయవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాను. శ్రీ త్రిభువన్ సచ్దేవ్, శ్రీ కె వినాయక్, శ్రీ శేషగిరి, శ్రీ సర్వోత్తముడు, శ్రీ సాయి కాంతారావు, శ్రీ ఎంఆర్కే ప్రసాద్, శ్రీ రాఘవానంద్, శ్రీ ప్రభాకర్, శ్రీ ఎంవిఆర్ శేషాయి గారు, శ్రీ హరిహరన్ గారు. సాయిరామ్. శ్రీ సత్య సాయి హైర్లని ప్రశాంత్ నిలయం పూర్వ విద్యార్థి 1979వ సంవత్సరం నుండి 85వ సంవత్సరం వరకు కామర్స్ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ మరియు పోస్ట్ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ చేశారు. స్వామి ఆశీస్సులతో కొత్తగా ఏర్పడినటువంటి శ్రీ సత్య సాయి హైర్లనిలో మొట్టమొదటి బ్యాచ్ విద్యార్థి. తన చదువు తర్వాత స్వామి అనుగ్రహ ఆశీస్సులతో 2 సంవత్సరాల పాటుగా 1985 నుంచి 87 వరకు కామర్స్ మరియు మేనేజ్మెంట్ స్టడీస్ లెక్చరర్గా సేవ చేసేటువంటి అవకాశాన్ని కూడా కల్పించారు స్వామి. శ్రీ త్రిభువన్ సచ్దేవ తన చిన్న వయసులోనే స్వామి సన్నిధికి వారి కుటుంబ సభ్యులందరితో కలిసి రావడం జరిగింది. వారి తండ్రి గారు సుమారుగా 25 సంవత్సరాలు 1980 నుండి 2010వ సంవత్సరం వరకు శ్రీ సత్యసాయి సేవా సంస్థ మధ్యప్రదేశ్ మరియు ఛత్తీస్గఢ్ రాష్ట్ర అధ్యక్షులుగా సేవ చేశారు. అదేవిధంగా వీరి తల్లిగారు బాల వికాస్ గురువుగా మరియు శ్రీ సత్యసాయి సేవా సంస్థలు రాష్ట్ర ఆధ్యాత్మిక విభాగ సమన్వయకర్తలుగా సేవలు అందించారు. అదేవిధంగా శ్రీ త్రిభువన్ సచ్దేవ్ ధర్మపత్ని శ్రీ సత్యసాయి సేవా సంస్థల మధ్యప్రదేశ్లోని బాల వికాస్ మరియు యూత్ విభాగానికి రాష్ట్ర సమన్వయకర్తగా, అదేవిధంగా ఒకసారి దండిగా స్వామి ఆశీస్సులు కుటుంబ సభ్యులకు ఇటు 7 తరాలు అటు 7 తరాలు చూసుకుంటారని ఏనాడైతే చెప్పారో స్వామి వీరి కుటుంబంలో ఆ విధంగా జరిగింది. వీరి అబ్బాయి కూడా స్వామి ప్రశాంత్ నిలయంలో విద్యా సంస్థల్లో ఎంబీఏ పూర్తి చేశారు. అదేవిధంగా వీరి తమ్ముడు కూడా మొట్టమొదటి ఎంబీఏ బ్యాచ్ స్టూడెంట్, 9 సంవత్సరాలు తను కూడా చదువుకున్నాడు. మొత్తం కుటుంబం అంతా స్వామి దివ్య పదసన్నిధిలో స్వామి చూపించినటువంటి బంగారు బాటలో పయనించినటువంటి అద్భుతమైనటువంటి కుటుంబ సభ్యులు. పలు సందర్భాల్లో స్వామి అనేక రకాలుగా ఇంటర్వ్యూలు ఇచ్చి ఆంతరంగికంగా అనేక విషయాలు త్రిభువన్ సచ్దేవ్తో మాట్లాడుతూ, అదేవిధంగా విద్యార్థి దశలో తను స్వామి దివ్య పద సన్నిధిలో జరిగేటువంటి భజన కార్యక్రమంలో భజన సింగర్గా కూడా అత్యద్భుతంగా భజనలు పాడి స్వామి ఆశీస్సులు దండిగా అందుకున్నటువంటి విద్యార్థి. అదేవిధంగా స్వామి దర్శకత్వం వహించి రామకృష్ణ పరమహంస, సూరదాస్ వంటి నాటకాలకి స్వామి ఇతన్ని మెయిన్ క్యారెక్టర్గా రామకృష్ణ పరమహంసగా మరియు సూరదాస్గా ఇతన్ని ఎంపిక చేసి వారు నర్తించి ఏ విధంగా రామకృష్ణ పరమహంస యాక్షన్ చేసేవారు, ఏ విధంగా ఉండేవారు, ఆ విధంగా త్రిభువన్ సచ్దేవ్కి స్వామి స్వయంగా తర్ఫీదు ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. అంతటి అదృష్టవంతుడు ఈనాటి మన 135వ శివం సమర్పణ ప్రసంగకర్త. అదేవిధంగా ఇప్పుడు ప్రస్తుతం ఐఐఎం మరియు ఇతర కళాశాలలో విజిటింగ్ ఫ్యాకల్టీగా, అదేవిధంగా సత్సాయి సేవా సంస్థలకు సంబంధించి మధ్యప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర శ్రీ సత్సాయి ట్రస్ట్ సభ్యుడిగా సేవలందిస్తున్నారు. మీకు అందరికీ తెలుసు, మనకి భారతదేశంలో సుమారుగా స్వామి వారి యొక్క శ్రీ సత్యసాయి స్కూల్స్ సుమారుగా 100 ఉన్నాయి. ఆ 100 స్కూల్స్ కి తాను కన్వీనర్ గా సేవలు అందిస్తున్నారు. మొన్న సమాప్తి మాసపత్రిక హిందీ మాసపత్రికకి ఎడిటర్ గా కూడా సేవలు చేస్తున్నాడు. అదేవిధంగా వ్యాప్తంగా అనేక స్వామి సంస్థలలో, అదేవిధంగా సత్సాయి విద్యార్థులు నిర్వహించేటువంటి సమర్పణ కార్యక్రమంలో తను ఆధ్యాత్మిక ప్రసంగాలు చేస్తున్నాడు. ఇటువంటి అద్భుతమైనటువంటి స్వామి అనుగ్రహ ఆశీస్సులు దండిగా పొందినటువంటి శ్రీ త్రిభువన్ సచ్దేవ్ ఈ రోజు 135వ శివ సమర్పణలో మాట్లాడవలసిందిగా వేదికపైకి మీ అందరి తరఫున ఆహ్వానిస్తుంది.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most prayerful salutations at the lotus feet of our most beloved Lord Bhagawan Baba, who is verily present with us at this very moment. Respected elders and my dear brothers and sisters, I can't tell you how happy I am feeling this evening, how elated I am feeling to come down to Sivam, go upstairs, have a look at that beautiful premises where Bhagawan had himself walked on earth whenever he would come down to Hyderabad. What a beautiful place you have. You all are blessed souls that you are living in Hyderabad, where Swami had an opportunity to come n number of times whenever he could make it from Puttaparthi or Bangalore. So seeing today Swami's room, the interview room, the premises were from where Swami would give darshans, I think all the good old memories have just come rushing to you, and they've left a very indelible remark on your mind that how Swami is omniscient, omnipresent. Wherever he goes, he leaves a mark for all of us. This evening, I confess I may not be able to speak in Telugu, which probably most of the people would be comfortable with, but I hope my simple English would suffice for us to convey the idea of the experiences we've had with Bhagawan Baba. And trust me, as Swami says, there is only one language, the language of the heart. So remembering that, we start off on a journey of being with Swami. I remember way back in 1979, my father wanted me to come and join Swami's college in Bangalore. And I, like a young teenager, was not keen to come and join Swami's college. I thought everything which is jeans, jazz and junk signified your life, and you wanted to be part of that culture only. I was told that you have to wear white clothes, you have to live a very disciplined life, you can't watch movies, you can't go on a motorbike, you can't go with friends. So when a person is 17 or 18 years old, these things mean a lot to you. And so did it to me. So I thought my dad was forcing me to go. But then somehow my father pursued me and agreed that we had a pact between us that we will go. And I had promised that I will go and stay there for a few days. In case I like it, I will continue to stay. Otherwise, I will come back. So my father said, you go first. Would you believe, 1 year before that, my mother wrote a letter to Bhagawan every day. And in that letter, all she would write is, Swami, please grant admission to both my sons. I was the elder one and I had a brother younger to me. So when the time for us to leave for Bangalore came, my father called both the brothers and he said, have you both written letters to Swami? Your mother has been writing letters for almost a year. Why don't both of you also write a letter and post it to Swami? So we promptly wrote a letter and we posted. Then we went to Bangalore, and as luck would have it, because I was not keen to take admission, so I was not granted admission on technical grounds. That it was a 10+2 system and I had done 10+1. In Madhya Pradesh then, way back in 79, after doing 11th, you were eligible to join degree college. But out there in Bangalore, they had already started the CBSE 10 plus 2. So I was not eligible. My brother, who had finished his 10th standard, he got into 11th. And I did not get admission. And I put up a long face, though inside in my heart of hearts, I was very happy that I don't have to come to Swami's college. Then when we reached the hotel in the evening, my father asked both of us, I had asked you both to write a letter. Did you both write a letter? So I was the first to reply. I said, yes, Dad, I wrote a letter. What address did you post? I said, I wrote Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, Post Office Prasanthi Nilayam, District Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh, pin code 515134. I posted on this. The father said, yes, it is a correct address. And then he asked my brother, what address did you write? So my brother said, no, I wrote. No, you tell me what address you wrote. So then my brother, very softly he remarked, he said, I only wrote to Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and in the mandir I went and I put the letter on Swami's feet. So because he put the letter on Swami's feet, the letter reached him early and he got the admission. And I posted it, so it must have taken 7 days for Swami to reach that letter. So my admission was delayed. And then there was a problem. We went to meet Dr. Gokak, who said, well, it's difficult. If there is a technical issue, then we went to meet Professor Kasturi. So Professor Kasturi told, well, they are keen to give you admission in 11th standard again. So why don't you take admission in 11th standard again? So I told, sir, I will be 2 years behind in my career. How can I come in 11th class? And what was bothering me was mainly that I will have to sit in the same classroom as my younger brothers, who was 2 years younger to me. And I did not want to sit in the same class as him. So I said, no, I don't want to sit. So then my father asked Professor Kasturi, sir, what should we do in this case? So Professor Kasturi, the ever blissful devotee which he is, he smiled and he said, I am going to be 70 years of age. In this age, if Bhagavan is to give me admission in 11th class, I would gladly take it. But little did I understand the meaning of what Professor Kasturi was saying, but I stuck onto my guns. And then someone told that Swami is going to start a new college in Puttaparthi, in Prasanthi Nilayam. So why don't you go and try for your elder son there? At that time, the Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning had not come into being. And when I went there, the college was affiliated with Venkateshwara University, and somehow that the affiliation thing worked out, and I was said that I am eligible and I could sit in the degree college. And then my parents left me for 15 days because admission was still long ago, it was still far away. And I remember seeing my friends Kanta Rao, Sheshgiri Rao, they were all there and we were all waiting for admission to happen. And then one fine day, we all walked the hallowed portals of Prasanthi Nilayam. Swami gave us that beautiful chance to be the first batch of students in Prasanthi Nilayam. So when we were the first batch students, I remember most of the boys spoke Telugu, but I came from a Hindi background and I could not understand Telugu at all. And I also noticed that whenever Swami would walk through the boys, like let's say this is the veranda and Swami is walking through the boys, he will go to each and every person and he will ask them some question. And what is particular is he would ask them in their own mother tongue. So I was very amazed that how does Swami know that this boy speaks Telugu, this boy speaks Hindi, this boy speaks Tamil, and how does Swami know that this guy speaks Kannada? So I was trying to gauge how is Swami able to make out. Then I said, okay, maybe because of the color of the skin or maybe the way you look, so Swami is able to make out. So then as Swami came out for darshan that day, he went to a boy and I said, this guy looks like a Telugu boy. Swami will speak to him in Telugu. Right enough, Swami spit something in Telugu, Ippudu charu, when did you come, something, and he got up and spoke something. So I understood that, okay, this is a Telugu boy. Then there was another boy who looked like a South Indian to me. I said, which language is Swami going to go and speak? And to my amazement, Swami spoke to him in Kannada. And he replied back in Kannada. Then there was another boy, yet another boy, who was again absolutely South Indian. So I said, this is the easy one. Again, Swami is going to talk to him in Telugu. So Swami went to that boy and looked at him and spoke in English. Swami said, where did you come from? So that boy got up on his knees and in a typical American accent replied, Swami, I'm from the United States of America. Oh my God. I said, Swami knew that though he looks a Telugu boy, his parents must be Telugu, but he is born and brought up in America, so Swami is talking to him in English, and he knew only English probably, he wasn't so fluent in Telugu. So as he walked towards me, in my own thoughts, I said, Swami, I look like a South Indian, but I know only English or Hindi, so what language are you going to talk to me? So Swami came smilingly, before that he had never spoken to me, he came, looked straight into my eyes, and ever so lovingly, he said, Tum kahan se aaya? And my God, I was zapped. I got up on my knees and I said, Swami, Indore se. Yes, yes, you are from Indore, not from outdoor. So Swami had that rare ability to pun on words. And he played on the word Indore and he said, you are from Indore and not from outdoor, as if to accept that, yes, I am accepting you with all your flaws, with all your problems, with all whatever you have come with all your baggage, lock, stock and barrel as it is, because you are my own. And then started a beautiful, I would say, I don't know how, we spent 8 years, but I think it looks like as if it was just 8 days ago. It doesn't look like it was 40 years ago that we had walked with Swami, talked with Swami, been with him. It seems like it was just the other day. And then it so happened, every year, during Dasara festival and during the birthday festival, the boys from Vrindavan would invariably either put up a very good play, or they would put up a drama, or they would put up some dance sequence. So then Swami announced that day in September that this year during Dasara, I want the Prasanthi Nilayam boys to put up a play. And then announcing so, Swami decided to leave for Bangalore. Now Swami left for Bangalore. So all our lecturers sat down, they wrote a script. And the drama was on the life of Sri Ramakrishna Paramhamsa. Now started the search for whom to select for Ramakrishna Paramhamsa. Now a lot of people were giving a screen test. So I was thinking that I'll also give a screen test, and I was an actor of little bit of repute. I had got some awards in my school for acting and all. So I thought I'll walk into the play and get some role, though I was not expecting what role I'll get. So after 2 or 3 days when my turn came, I was called and they asked me to read a passage. Now that is a very boring passage which they gave me, which Ramakrishna Paramhamsa had to give a discourse. So it was saying, oh, you men and women of the world, you must do like this. I said, what a boring passage. So I read it out, but there was no much expression. So they said, okay, you are okay kind. So my ego got hurt when they said, you are okay kind. I said, sir, do you know, in my school I've got a national award for acting and I had done that play. So he said, where did you do this play? I said, sir, we did it in Delhi in the National School of Drama Institute. He said, okay, can you do a little bit of that role? So I stood up and immediately did that role, and I realized my warden and teachers, they appreciated that, oh, this guy is acting very well. And the first sentence, our warden said, we have got the Ramakrishna Paramhamsa. So that was a big surprise for me also. I was not so fat then. I used to be very lean and thin. So acting like Ramakrishna Paramhamsa would have been better. Now I look like a very well-fed Ramakrishna Paramhamsa. So those were the days we used to be very lean and thin. So then started the acting for Ramakrishna Paramhamsa. However much I would try to enact that role, everybody would praise it, but somehow in my heart of hearts, I felt I was not really able to emote as much as I can do. But nevertheless, Swami after about 1 month came, and the first thing Swami asked, is the practice going on? So the boys said, yes, Swami, we are doing practice for Ramakrishna. Then he asked, who is Ramakrishna? So I was sitting behind with Sheshgiri Rao. I think Sheshgiri Rao would not remember, but I remember I was sitting right behind. And then Swami said, who is Ramakrishna Paramhamsa? I got up on my knees and Swami said something in Telugu. And I couldn't understand. So I told Sheshgiri, what did Swami say? So he said, Swami told that you have taken the right candidate for Ramakrishna Paramhamsa. ego felt like that, oh, even Swami approves that I am actor of some repute. And Sheshgiri Rao has translated and told me. So I felt very great, very happy. Then started those beautiful sessions of drama practice with Swami. Now imagine, I don't know what great good fortune we boys must have done to deserve this from Swami, that when there is a crowd of 8 to 10,000 in Puttaparthi waiting on the sands for Swami to come, grant them an interview, talk to them, probably, or just bless them, they would be waiting, but Swami would come into the green room of the Purnachandra auditorium and he would spend sometimes 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours at a stretch with us, and there he is directing us on the subtle nuances of how you should act, how you should talk, and not just to Ramakrishna, to all the boys. And that was the biggest learning lesson we had. When Swami would tell us how you should behave, how you should talk, how you should walk. And we were young, we were all brash. We would wear our jeans and short t-shirts and go down for acting. That time white and white was not compulsory, and first year it was. So one day Swami came and caught hold of the tummy of one of the boys who was a little fat. And Swami said, "Ye kya cowboy wala dress pehen ke aata? अभी तुम सत्य साई स्टूडेंट है, तुमको व्हाइट शर्ट और व्हाइट पैंट पहनना, अदरवाइज सिंपल क्लोथ्स पहनना, ये जीन्स और टी शर्ट यहाँ अच्छा नहीं लगता." Oh, so one more teaching came. Now you are Swami student. When you are Swami student, you shouldn't be wearing those jeans and those short t-shirts and strutting around there in the mandir. Then where is the difference between a student and the other devotees who come? Swami should be able to, people should be able to differentiate with the way you walk, with the way you talk, with the way you dress. So those were very subtle things Swami taught us in a very nice way. Then, however much I would try to act, I was not able to put up my 100%. So one day, in the afternoon, when I was practicing my role, I felt a little frustrated with myself, and I prayed to Swami. And I said, Swami, in front of Swami's picture, that is, I prayed to Swami in the hostel. I said, Swami, I am not able to do this role very well. How will it look, Swami, when close to 25,000 people will be there on the Dasara time, and I will have to act that role? And if people say, oh, your Ramakrishna Paramhams was not good. So I felt very sad within my heart that ego was gone about being a good actor and all that. So I prayed to Swami. So that very afternoon, Swami called me, and Swami said, look, he said, he had started calling me Ramakrishna only. He said, Ramakrishna, now for the next few days, don't go to college. Don't talk to your friends. I'm giving you this book. Take this book. This is on the life and teachings of Ramakrishna Paramhams. Read this book. Try to get that character in you. You start thinking like Ramakrishna, you start walking like him, you start talking like him, you imagine you are Ramakrishna, and lock yourself in the room and just read this book. Rest I bless you, everything will work out. So I thanked Swami that, Swami, I was feeling with my ego that I am such a great actor, but I am no good. You have corrected me. And then the sessions began, and Swami would himself direct every day. One day I would put up a pose, and Swami said, no, this is not the right pose. Ramakrishna would put up his fingers like this, his hand would be like this. You enact like that. So Swami would give us all as he would do. Then a story goes in the drama that Ramakrishna Paramhamsa was such a great devotee of Mother Kali that he used to treat himself as a small little child of the mother, and he would go and roll down on the mud in front of Mother Kali in the temple, and he would pray to Mother, Mother, why don't you reveal yourself? I am your small little child. Please show yourself to me. Please reveal yourself to me. So that one role I had to do as a child. Then there was a role in which Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, he starts treating Mother Kali as Lord Rama, and he starts himself as Hanumanji, and then he starts pleading like Hanuman. So those people who had seen Ramakrishna Paramhams then, they would say that his mannerism became like that of Hanuman. He would be robust, strong, and he would jump from place to place, and he would not walk like a monkey would do. He had got all the mannerisms of Hanuman. And then in the end, he had that Madhura Bhakti Bhav, wherein he treated himself as Radha, and he started treating Mother Kali as Krishna. So when he treated himself as Radha, his mannerisms became like that of a woman, and he would walk very softly, talk with his eyes down, and would feel ashamed of going in front of men folk, and he would communicate through the ladies, and he would eat very little, and he had all the mannerisms of a lady. Now, all these three roles were supposed to be enacted in a song sequence. Okay, in a song sequence, there was a beautiful bhajan of M.S. Subbalakshmi. It was played on the tape recorder, which was sung live by one of my other friends, Hirok Chankoti, in the program, and we were supposed to enact on that. And the song went something like this: Pyare darshan dijo, tum bin rayo na ja, pyare darshan dijo. So now with this song is going, there were 2 or 3 paragraphs. So one paragraph is enacting a child, second paragraph is enacting the role of Hanuman, the third one was enacting as Radha. Now, I knew when I was a child how a child behaves. I also understood how robust Hanumanji would have behaved. But when it came to enacting the role of Radha, I could not do well. Every time I would try to enact, even my director would say, no, do it again, do it again. But nobody could tell me how to walk like a lady, how to behave like a lady. So one day I got so frustrated because the moment I started acting, everyone started laughing. Because I was not looking like a lady. I was looking like, what I mean, a person who's neither a man or a woman. Because, it is very funny because you are a man trapped there and you have to act like a lady and there's no one to direct you or guide you. So then that evening we were supposed to do this song in front of Swami. So Swami said, wo song karo, play, practice ho gaya? I said, yes, Swami, ho gaya. Now I was scared, how will I do? So I was given a chunni to put on my head, a chunari, so that I could, enact a little bit like a lady. So as the sequence started, when the song came for the ladies part, as I walked ahead and said, Swami stopped me. No, ऐसा नहीं करते. देखो ladies लोग जो है ना बहुत softly walk करते. तुम थोड़ा softly walk करो. तुम तो दौड़ लगा रहा है, ऐसे तेज चल रहा है, तो तुमको ऐसा नहीं करना. धीरे धीरे walk करो. So I tried the second time again. I walked धीरे धीरे as Swami said. Swami said, no, ऐसा नहीं. थोड़ा delicateness लाओ. Eyes में थोड़ा कृष्णा के लिए love लाओ. तुम सोचो राधा कैसा भक्ति करता था, वैसा भक्ति imagine करो. Imagine, leave your body consciousness. Imagine that you are standing in front of Krishna. How would I do? I put on the chundri. I prayed to Swami and did my best. And even Swami laughed then. Swami also put his handkerchief. नहीं ऐसा नहीं करना, ऐसा नहीं करना. अच्छा तुम वापस करो. Now I did it, but everybody laughed and Swami let it go. The next day again same thing happened. Next day when I did it, Swami said, तुमने practice किया? मैंने कहा हाँ Swami किया. अब वापस करो. When I started doing it, I couldn't do it and Swami also started laughing. Swami said, अरे ऐसा नहीं करते, तुम थोड़ा सा ladies की तरह सोचो, वैसा करो. So then I tried my level best how a lady would do, and then even Swami started laughing and all the boys started laughing. The Swami said, ऐसा थोड़ी करते, play करो, हम बताते. And Swami got up from the chair and then Swami said, you must say, प्यारे दर्शन दीजो, तुम बिन रयो न जाए. And the Swami took a round and he sat on the chair hiding his face on the hanky. Because suddenly he realized that he had enacted like a lady and all of us, including the teachers, the warden, the director, everyone had their mouth open that what did Swami just do? It was like a lady doing a play in front of us. And Swami, he felt so shy, he started wiping his face with a handkerchief. हाँ करो करो ऐसा करने का, हाँ जैसा बताया करो करो. So now we understood how we have to do. And suddenly we realized Professor Kasturi was sitting next to Swami's chair. And Swami looked at Kasturi to ask him, Kasturi, how was the play? How was the enactment? And Kasturi is crying. Kasturi has got tears in his eyes. So Swami said, Abhi inko kya ho gaya? Swami said, what happened? Then they spoke in Telugu. Then he said, Swami, if you pardon me, can I tell you one thing? He said, tell. Swami, I wrote in Satyam Shivam Sundaram that one day when you were returning back from the school and those people in Bukkapatnam, they wanted Rishendra Mani to do that role and Rishendra Mani had fallen sick. I wrote it, but I never knew that Swami, you could actually do like a lady. Today, this thing is confirmed that you must have done a beautiful role so many years ago in Bukkapatnam. And then Swami was even more embarrassed. So then Swami asked, do you know the story of Rishendra Mani? So some of us, those of us knew also, we said, no Swami, we don't know. So Swami said, okay, Kasturi Garu, you tell them. So now that Kasturi got all the limelight, and Professor Kasturi related to us that beautiful story of Rishendra Mani, how Swami saved the villagers from embarrassment when Rishendra Mani fell sick, and how Swami donned that role of a beautiful dancer, and he did it so well. So that scene is still in front of my eyes, and I can't forget with that delicateness and the beauty with which Swami had ironed his lines and, showed how people would do. That was such a beautiful thing for Swami to see. So when we realized our good, good luck that the director of the universe had come down to direct a small little play for us, thereby filling our hearts with faith, with love, and with devotion. So that was the main aim for which Swami had come. And when the drama was over, Swami was very happy with the play. He came and blessed me profusely, gave me Pad Namaskar 2 or 3 times, and then he called me in front of the Purnachandra auditorium. And as the Padmanabh Garu Shastri came to offer Aarti, Swami said, no, Ramakrishna, you offer the Aarti. So Swami gave me that opportunity of offering Aarti to him that day. So those were some very beautiful memories we had of interacting with Swami. But living with Swami is also a great teaching. There are certain things like what I'm relating to you, what happened in front of my eyes. But now what I'm going to say to you is happened before I came. But that is one incident which has touched my life greatly. So I thought, let me share this incident. This is not printed anywhere. This has not been publicized to too many people. In fact, our then warden, Mr. Nityanand Menon, he told to us twice. Once he took a quiz, a spiritual quiz on the life and teachings of Bhagawan, wherein he asked us this question. And another time when Swami asked him when he came to the hostel, so he spoke in front of Swami about this incident. Would you like to listen to some very beautiful story? Okay. So long back in 60s, when Swami would travel from one part of Puttaparthi to Bangalore, to Madras, to various parts of Andhra. So one day in Tamil Nadu, one of his devotees prayed to Swami that, Swami, I am making a new house. Please you come down for the housewarming of my house. So we have kept a puja. So we will feel very blessed if you come and bless us that day on the puja day. So Swami promised him, and on that allocated date and time, Swami's beautiful car came and stopped itself in that house. And as he got down, all the family was ready to receive Swami with open arms. They took Swami with a lot of respect. They showed Swami, this is our puja ghar, this is our kitchen, this is our bedroom, and upstairs we've got 2 more bedrooms for the children and for us also. So the small little boy who was there in the house, he caught hold of Swami's finger, and he was walking around the whole house with Swami. And then he said, Swami, can I show you my bedroom? It is upstairs. You will have to come upstairs. So Swami said, oh really? But the way that enthusiasm was shown by the boy, he held Swami's finger and he said, Swami, come, I want to show you there. So he took up Swami to his bedroom. The small little room was there with a small bed. He made Swami sit on the bed. And then he said, Swami, you see, this is my car. Just as you have a car, I also have a car. And he had a paddle car. Those days there were no battery operated cars. There were paddle cars in which at house small children would sit and they would paddle through, and he had a red color car. He said, Swami, I want you to sit on this car. So Swami said, how can I fit in your car? I cannot sit on this. No, Swami, you have to sit on my car. So Swami obliged him by sitting lightly on the bonnet of that car, because obviously Swami couldn't have sat on the car. And then after which Swami got up and sat on the bed again. Then he said, Swami, I want to relate a story to you. Can I relate a story to you? So Swami said, you will tell a story to me. He said, yes, Swami, I want to tell you a story. So Swami was he was amazed at that confidence that boy had and that love which that boy had for Swami. And he said, I want to relate a story to you. He said, Swami, I want to warn you with one thing. You know that Sai Gita, which is tied under your bedroom window in Prasanthi Nilayam, she is a very naughty elephant. You don't know, Swami, when you finish darshans, after you go upstairs to sleep, she quickly slips out of Prasanthi Nilayam. Those were the days when Sai Gita was tied under Swami's bedroom only in Prasanthi Nilayam, on the ladies' side. So this is, she goes out, she slips out quietly, and there she goes to Chitravati river. And there she takes bath with water. She loves to take bath. So every day she splashes water on herself, and before you get up in the afternoon, she'll quietly slip through the main door and stand in front of the window as if nothing has happened. But you don't know this. So Swami said, "Oh really? Does it really happen?" He said, "Yes, Swami, but one day you had asked her not to go out, but she quietly slipped out. And she slipped out and she went to Chitravati. And as she was taking bath in Chitravati waters, a big black crocodile came, and that crocodile grabbed the leg of Sai Gita. Now Sai Gita, however much she tried to extricate her leg from the jaws of that elephant, from the crocodile, she could not take out. Now she realized she was caught. She was stuck. So the only thing she knew, she did that. She started shouting, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. And that time, Swami was sleeping in the afternoon. He heard Sai Gita shouting, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. He immediately got up and he said, Raja Reddy, bring out my car. And Raja Reddy brought out the car, and Swami was going down. And as he was going down, there was a gun hanging on the wall. Look at the imagination of the child. There is a gun hanging on the wall. Swami took out that gun. And Swami took out that gun, sat in the car, and they rode with a breakneck speed. They reached there at Chitravati, and that elephant was shouting with pain. The crocodile was about to pull her in the water. Swami took aim with that gun, and one shot, he gave. And that crocodile died. And Sai Gita was restored, and she came and fell down at your feet, and she wept the tears of joy, and she said, Swami, from now onwards I will always listen to you. You are my God, you are my everything. Now I will never go to Chitravati to take a bath. Now Swami, after hearing this story, he fell on the floor laughing. He laughed so much because obviously we all know the story of Gajendra Moksha. Do we know? Yes or no? Yes, we know the story of Gajendra Moksha. Now somebody must have told this child the story of Gajendra Moksha. Now he interpreted that story of Gajendra Moksha in his own imagination and related the story back to Lord Vishnu himself. Okay, repackaged in a different way. So Swami was so happy with him, he called his father and blessed him. He blessed the whole family. Then he told this boy, I am so happy with you today. You ask me what you want and I will give you today. Whatever you ask for, I will give. He said, Swami, you promise whatever I will ask, you will give. Swami said, you ask. He said, okay, Swami, that new brand Impala car which is standing outside in which you came, please give that car to me. And Swami, without batting an eyelid, he gave the keys of the car to that boy. And he said, Raja Reddy, give the keys to him. From now onwards, this car is going to be under his possession. We will go to Puttaparthi in some other car. So that is the greatness of this Lord who does it. And if I can share with you, this boy grew up and came to Swami, and he was very close to Swami. This is not an imaginary story. He was there living with us when this happened. But though it was revealed to us later who the identity of that boy was. So having said it, you can imagine the greatness of Swami's love. Swami says, I am residing in the heart of my devotees. All I want is your love. I want nothing else. Nothing else matters to me. Only thing matters is your love. If you give your love to me, I will give that love to you back tenfold. What does Swami say? Swami says, you walk one step towards me, and I walk how many steps? 100? 1,000? Hey, Swami said, you walk one step towards me, I will walk 10 steps towards you. Okay, but then I must confess to you, Swami doesn't walk 10 steps. He, as you said rightly, sometimes he walks 100 steps, sometimes 1,000 steps, and sometimes if you take that first step with all your heart, he comes running and hugs you. That is the kind of love which Swami has. And you know, I promise I tell you one thing, Bhagawan is a perfect example of a perfect avatar. He is perfect in everything, whatever he does. There is only one subject in which Bhagawan is weak. Swami is weak in one subject, and he is weak in the subject of mathematics and mathematics of giving. When you go to a shopkeeper, you give him 10 rupees, he will give you something worth 10 rupees. You go give him 1,000 rupees, he'll give you something worth 1,000 rupees. But Swami says, you walk one step towards me, I walk 10 steps towards you. And our faith and our experience shows it is not true. He doesn't just walk 10 steps, he walks 100 steps, 1,000 steps, 10,000 steps. In fact, there are times when he picks us up and walks through that troubled period. So, take advantage of this weakness of Bhagawan, that since he is weak in mathematics, keep on doing seva, keep on doing good work, offer yourself to him fully, completely, soulfully, and you know when you do that, Swami will take care of each and every matter of our lives. How many of us pray regularly? How many of us pray regularly? All of us pray. Is there any person who doesn't pray at all? Not a single person. Okay, so you want to know what we should pray to Bhagawan? One day what happened? Swami called us for an interview and he made all of us sit down very close to him. And that day, the discussion was thriving on prayers. And Swami said, it doesn't matter to me how much you pray. For me, the intensity of prayers matters. If you say Sai Ram with love once also, that is great, rather than taking that mala, japa mala for 108 times and you say Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Hey Sai Ram, keep quiet, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Hey Sai Ram, look who's come, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Not that kind of a thing. Swami says, if you remember me with love in your heart and devotion in your eyes, if you repeat my name once also, it reaches me. So Swami said, you know, all these devotees who are waiting outside, Swami told this to us. He said, I'm not happy with them. So why, Swami? They're all like beggars. They're all asking worldly things from me. This is what Swami told us. Now I'll take you a little behind the story, that prior to this, when I was a young student then, so there was a statue of Lord Ganesha there. So every day I would go to the statue of Lord Ganesha and I would pray for Vidya and Sadbuddhi. I would tell Lord Ganesha, please grant me Vidya, please grant me Sadbuddhi. Why would I ask for Vidya? Because I thought Vidya is knowledge, and Bhagavan has said knowledge is power. One who has knowledge, knowledge is one ornament nobody can take away from you. And if you have knowledge, people will respect you. So I said, I must have Vidya, I must have knowledge. So I used to pray for knowledge. And second, I prayed for Sadbuddhi. Why Sadbuddhi? Because if you have Sadbuddhi, you will walk the right path. So I kept on praying for Vidya, Sadbuddhi, Vidya, Sadbuddhi. I never used to ask for anything. That evening, Swami said, all my devotees are like beggars. They keep asking me for all worldly things. You know what all they ask me? They ask me for name, fame, power, money, bungalow, wedding, child, job. Like this, they go on and on. They keep on asking me for worldly things. And then he looked at me and he pointed like this. But there are some devotees sitting here, they don't ask me any worldly things. So he looked at me, nahi? So I shook my head, yes Swami, at least thank God I am not asking for any worldly thing. And then he said, they asked me for Vidya and Sadbuddhi. Don't you ask for Vidya and Sadbuddhi? Oh my God. I thought, what is this? I am praying to Lord Ganesha, and little do I know that there is a hotline between Lord Ganesha and Bhagawan, that what I pray to Lord Ganesha, it is reaching to Bhagawan. So how does Bhagawan know? I did not pray to Bhagawan this. I prayed to Lord Ganesha. So Swami asked me, no. So I said, yes Swami. Then Swami said, why do you want name, fame, power, money, bungalow, car, even Vidya and Sadbuddhi? Today, I am going to tell all of you what you must ask for and pray to Swami in your prayers. We moved a little ahead. We knew that Swami is going to give us some great secret. And Swami said, don't ask for any worldly things in your prayers. Even if you have the worst trouble in your life, you must ask only for one thing and one thing alone. And do you know what you must ask in your prayers? You must ask for me and me alone. When you ask for God, Swami said, when you ask for God in your prayers, you know God has everything in His hand. Name, fame, power, money, position, car, bungalow, Vidya, Sadbuddhi, everything in His hand. When you ask for God, I give you everything. But if you ask for money, I'll give you only money, and you will get income tax problems also. Okay, you ask for a job, you will get a job, but you will get a lousy boss. And then if you ask for a car, you will get a car, but your neighbor will get a bigger car. And then your jealousy will start. So Swami said, instead, don't ask for these worldly things to me. Even in the worst phase of your life, when you probably feel that I'm going to break down, Swami says, ask for me and me alone. When you ask for me, trust me. I am like your divine mother. Don't I know what you want? And then Swami gave a very beautiful example. Swami said, there was a man, he was newly married. And as he was newly married, he was blessed with a child. So one day, when he came back from office, so his wife was preparing tea in the kitchen, he heard the baby cry. So he told his wife, I think the baby is hungry. You go and feed the child. So the mother says, no, the baby is not hungry. I'm sure the baby needs a nappy change. It must have done susu. It's probably wet, it's nappy. So I'll go and change the nappy. So sure enough, after 10 minutes she went up, and this man also went up, and he saw that sure enough the nappy was wet. So he was surprised that my wife is sitting down, the child is crying upstairs, the child can't say that I have wet my nappy. How did this lady know? Next day again he came, again the baby started crying. So this time he said, hey, go change the nappy. The baby must have wet its nappy. She said, no, the baby is hungry today, so I will go and feed him, he'll become alright, don't worry. After 5 minutes after serving him tea, she went up, and after 10 minutes when he came to the room, sure enough, that mother was feeding the child. So Swami says, when a earthly mother knows what is your desire, don't you think a divine mother would know what you require in your life? He said, you must only cry for Swami. Cry for him. When you cry out for him, Swami said, I have no option, but I will leave everything and come running to you. But if you cry for money, probably you will cry more and you will get little. So instead, and then Swami gave a very beautiful example. Swami said, what did we learn from Mahabharata? When the war of Mahabharata was to be fought, one afternoon, Duryodhana came and Lord Krishna was taking his afternoon nap, and he sat near his head. After a while, Arjuna also came, he sat at the feet of Lord Krishna. When Lord Krishna got up in the afternoon, he saw Arjuna and he said, Parth, how did you come? So Duryodhana said, Swami, I am also here. So he said, okay, you're also there, come in the front. So both of them sat, and then they said, so Krishna asked them, why have you come to see me in the afternoon? They said, Lord, the war of Mahabharata is going to be fought, and the victory will belong to only that person on whose side you will fight. So Lord, I have come here to ask you to say that you must fight from our side, Duryodhana said. Then Lord looked at Arjuna. Arjuna said, Lord, it is also my desire that this war of Mahabharata, you must side the Pandavas and not the Kauravas. So Krishna thought for a while and he replied, okay, I will be on one side without any weapons, without the Sudarshan Chakra. I will not pick up the weapons. I will be in advisory capacity. On the other side would be my army, my horses, my warriors, my elephants, my total armory, everything will be there. So what do you want? So Duryodhana, being the worldly wise man, he thought, I have Bhishma Pitama, I have Dronacharya, I have Shalya, I have so many other people who are there to advise me. My Shakuni Mama is a good advisor. Why do I need Krishna? So I think it is better I take his army. Then Lord Krishna first gave the choice to Arjuna. So Arjuna fell down at the feet of Lord Krishna and he said, Lord, I want you and you alone, whether you fight the war or don't fight the war, whether you pick up weapons or you don't pick up weapons, because I am convinced that if you fight this war, if you side us, we are going to win. And then Swami said, history proves that when Lord Krishna fought from the side of Pandavas, they got name, fame, power, money, kingdom, and also the Gita Gyan. And what did Duryodhan get? 0/0. Nothing he got. So Swami said, that is why I sound you that from today onwards, all you boys must ask for Swami and Swami alone in your prayers. So I used to wonder when I was young that why has Swami not related this secret openly to everyone? So then Swami said, you boys go and tell everyone that what they must ask for prayers. So I think it is my ardent duty to share this beautiful secret that from now onwards, from this day onwards, we will not pray for anything, but we will pray for our Lord Swami only, so that he is going to take care of us in the perfect way as he always does. In 1982 came the Asian Games in India, and along with the Asian Games came the color television. All the people, those of us who are seniors, who are 70 and above and 60 and above, would remember that in 82 the black and white television was being set aside and everyone was buying the new color televisions. And color televisions in those days used to be very expensive. In 80s also they used to cost 20,000, 25,000. That 25,000, no, not today's 25,000. So today probably you'll go one evening and spend 25,000. Not like that. But that is how it used to be the cost. So at that time, 1982 was the beginning of the time when Swami started the inter-school campus games, and we were sent with 2 military people to guide us in the games of gymnastics. And we were trained very heavily, all of us, in the games of gymnastics in 83. There was a wooden horse, a wooden table which was made. We used to come running, take a jump from that wooden table, take a somersault and land on our feet. So to make us a somersault, 2 people would throw us up there and 2 people would be ready to catch us as we land. After a few days, we became good in this. So our coaches who were from the military, Swami had called them specially from the military to train us. So those people said, now you guys are learning, we will train the junior boys, but ensure that nobody attempts this all alone. Now we forgot the instructions which were given to us after 2 days. So one of our school boys who was from Guwahati, Assam, he came and he said, he was well built, he had a good strong arms, and he said, sir, what you are doing I have also learnt in my school. Can I show you? So we realized that, I said, do you really know? He said, yes, I know, I have done it in my school days, I'll show you. And then he went back, came running, took a jump, without any help, took a somersault and landed on his feet. Not a very clean jump, but he stood. So I said, my God, it took us 15 days to do that and we still need 2 people to make us jump and 2 people to catch us, and this fellow did it on his own. So we said, hey, come on, show it again. So that fellow also got chad out, let me show the senior boys that I'm doing it. He went again running, and as he took a jump, his leg slipped. And as his leg slipped, he could not get that height which he wanted. And he was about to fall on his back. And had he landed on his back, he would have earned a very severe spine injury. So he put his hand down. And no sooner did he put his hand down, a voice came, crack, and his hand came out from this part. And he was writhing in pain and shouting, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. It was a hot afternoon at 3 o'clock or 3:30. We got very scared. We immediately got him the first aid, rushed him to the hospital in Puttaparthi. That time there was one general hospital, no super speciality hospital. And we realized that the orthopedic surgeon had gone away to Bangalore. And he would return after 3 days. Now we got even more scared. He said the coaches had warned us not to make the boys jump, and we did that mistake. Now what do? Someone said, take him to Dharmavaram. Another person said, let's take him to Anantapur. Third person says, let's take him to Bangalore. So no, not Bangalore. Swami's in Bangalore. If he gets to know that we have come for a surgery of a boy, he will kick us out from there only, that you could not take care of these boys. So we got very scared and we didn't know what to do, and we were losing hope. The warden was scared, the teachers were scared, we were scared. What will we answer this child's father who's living in Guwahati? If he comes, he'll take 6 days to reach here. How will we tell him that your son has broken his arm and there is no doctor here? So a small little boy from the school came and he said, sir, if you don't mind, my father is an orthopedic surgeon in Visakhapatnam. If we call him now, he can leave immediately, and I think by tomorrow he will be here. So by tomorrow we can do the surgery. So we asked the doctors in the hospital. They said, yes, we will give a painkiller. Ask the doctor to come. So he immediately went upstairs, took permission to make a call, and he called up his father and he told, Papa, you leave immediately. There is an emergency. This boy has broken his arm and he's in terrible pain. You come immediately. We have surgery to perform on him. Papam, that doctor left all his patients with a breakneck speed, and those were the days when there were no, those big roads and good cars and all those kinds of, no 6 lanes or 8 lanes. He must have come driving in his Fiat car, and he drove the whole night, drove the whole morning, reached there, and the moment he reached, he said, let's go to the OT. He was rushed to the operation theatre, and there, after 3 hours of surgery, that hand of that boy was operated upon successfully. And all of us were very happy that at the right time this man has come and saved us. Now we brought him to the hostel. In the guest room, we made him sit, offered him a tiffin, a cup of coffee. And then one of our boys who was into research then, he asked, "Sir, can I ask you a question?" And I was there then when this conversation happened. So they said, "Sir, you have driven all the way from Visakhapatnam. You have spent money from your own pocket. I'm sure you must have left the patients that evening. This morning also you have not seen any patients. There must be surgeries lined up here also. And you are not charging any fees from us also. So don't you think that you lose money when you do some such seva activity like this?" So he smiled and he said, no, I am only following what Swami has told me. I said, "What did Swami tell you, sir?" Swami said, "You do my work, I will take care of all your work." So he said, "Swami, what is your work?" Swami said, "My work is that whenever a guy comes to you in pain, whether he has money or not, don't bother, just take care of him. Whenever a poor patient comes to you, don't expect him. If he gives you 10 rupees, take 10 rupees. If he doesn't give you 10 rupees, don't even bother for that. But ensure that you relieve pain immediately. Do you know he looks upon you like God himself when he comes to you in pain? So you should actually do. This is Swami's work. And wherever you get an opportunity, go to villages, serve the poor villagers, do this work. This is my work." And then Swami said, "If you do my work, I will take care of all your worldly works." So he said, now my experience is that when there is a poor patient who comes, who is unable to pay for surgery, that day, out of nowhere, 2 more patients will come and they will give me more money and go. Sometimes some rich industrialist would come. He would ask me, "What is your fees?" I would say 25,000 for operation. He would give me 50,000. He'll say, "Take me first, operate on me," and he'll give 50,000 and go. So from nowhere money will come and I would never be having dearth of money. This is what Swami has promised to me. Then he said, "I will relate a real life story to you." He said last year, which was 1982, came the color television. So I started saving money for television. So when I had enough money one evening, so I thought tomorrow I will go and buy a color television. This Dasara holidays when my children come from Puttaparthi. So we will watch Asian Games and other programs live on the color television. So thinking so, he saved that money. But that very evening, the Sathya Sai Trust people from Vizag, they came to him and they said, "Sir, we are planning to open up a school by name Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Vihar in Visakhapatnam. And we have identified a piece of land and we are short of little money. We had made a list of 10 people whom we will approach for donation. We have approached 9 people. We have told them whatever you want to give, you give. So now, sir, we are short of about 30 or 35,000 rupees. So, sir, whatever you want to give, sir, if you can give, we can go and get the registry done." So he opened his box and counted. It was 35,500 rupees. So without taking a minute, he took out 35,000 and gave. He said, "You are short of 35,000. Here, take this and do the registry." Those people thought, what a great man that is. I mean, this doctor did not even bat an eyelid in 80s. To give 35,000 was a very huge amount. So he gave away. After 15 minutes, the Lions Club people came to Doc Saab and they said, "Doc Saab, we are holding a major medical camp on Sunday. You have to come to the village. You have to operate there." So he said, "Yes, I will come. We are also having a fete, Anand Mela, wherein we'll have some lottery. So we want you to buy some lottery tickets, sir." So how much is one lottery ticket? "Sir, we want to give you 5 tickets and one ticket is 100 rupees. So he had that 500 rupees left. He gave those 500 rupees, bought 5 of those lottery tickets and kept them. He said, "What are you going to do with this lottery?" "Sir, nothing. We will use it for charity purposes and we will do more work in the village." So he felt very happy. Now 15 days passed. He forgot about the school part, the lottery part, everything. One night as he came home and he was having food, there was a knock at his door at 9:30 in the evening. So his wife said, "You better have food fast. There must be some emergency. Some patient must be coming. So you better have your food fast. I will make them wait." So he quickly grabbed his food and came out washing his hands. Suddenly he saw the Lions Club people standing there. They immediately started congratulating Doc Saab. "Doc Saab, congratulations, congratulations." I said, congratulations for what? Remember 15 days ago we had come to you? Yes. We had given you lottery tickets? Yes. You remember you had bought 5 lottery tickets? Yes. Sir, you have got the first prize, and the first prize is Sony Black Trinitron television. Now Doc Saab felt so emotional, and he said, I started trembling and tears started coming out of my eyes. I said, Swami, you are taking care. You said you do my work, I will take care of your work. Now I could have gone and bought that television for 35,000 rupees, but you made sure that your work also doesn't stop, and from the other side you got me this television also. So Doc Saab said, from that day onwards, I am of this firm conviction, of this firm opinion, that if I do Swami's work wholeheartedly, he's going to take care of all my worldly works. So when you called me up, I left everything and came running because I saw Swami in that boy. And can you see Swami in pain? Nobody can see Swami in pain. So I came down. So such are the devotees of Bhagawan, that who take his word so sincerely, so diligently, so honestly. And Swami says, you take the first step and I take the next 10 steps, which is Swami is proving. Now I'll take you quickly forward. Way back in 92-93, our hospital, super speciality hospital came in Puttaparthi. So all the organization people were told that you should send all your patients to Puttaparthi for surgeries. So one day, a poor farmer came to our office. He had a very dirty kurta, a very, badly worn, slightly torn dhoti, and it looked like a very poor man. And he said, sir, I have been asked to have a bypass surgery. And the bypass surgery at that time costed anything like 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs rupees. And I don't have that kind of money. So my doctor said, you go to Mr. Sachdeva's office and he will guide you that there is a hospital in Puttaparthi which is carrying out surgeries free of charge. So he will get you a free surgery done there. So he came there and with very pliant hands folded, with almost tears in his eyes, that poor man, and he was feeling that I've come in an air-conditioned office and I don't even have proper clothes on, and there are so many people sitting in ties and shoes and suits. How will they behave with me? So first father made him sit down, offered him a glass of water, a cup of tea, and very lovingly inquired all the details, took his address. He said, I will send a postcard to Puttaparthi. Once the postcard confirms the date, I will give you a call. Then you come down here and then you can go from your place by Karnataka Express, reach Puttaparthi, get your surgery done. So he said, sir, I don't have money to travel also. How will I go on my own? So father said, okay, don't worry, I will send a Sevadal volunteer with you and he will take you to Puttaparthi. Sure enough, after 10 days, a call came and the letter said that please bring the patient urgently because he is an urgent requirement of a surgery. So the Sevadal volunteer took him, gave him 1 week's money, left him to the doctor, took him to the doctor. The doctor said, I will operate on you after 1 week. Now you can go back and come. You need a surgery urgently. After 6 days, I will operate on you. So he said, I don't have enough money to go and come back. So what will I do here? So he said, you go and have darshans of Baba. He said, who is Baba? He had never seen Baba. He said, who is Baba? He said, Baba is the same person in whose name this hospital has started. He is the one who's financing your operation. Don't you want to go and see him and thank him? He said, oh ma, if Swami is doing so much for everyone, I will stay here 6 days and have his darshans. Now this poor man, he was paid money for about 7 days by the volunteer, and the volunteer came back. Now every morning he will go to the canteen, have food, come have darshan, go back, rest, afternoon have darshan, go back in the canteen in the night, have prasadam and go to sleep. Now 6 days passed away. That day was the morning he was supposed to be operated upon, by which time the Sevadal volunteers also knew him. So they said, would you want to sit in the front? Because today you said you have a surgery. So he said, what will happen then? He said, when Swami comes, you stand up and tell Swami that Swami, today is my surgery. Swami will bless you with vibhuti, or he will give you some kind of blessing. So your surgery will go off well. So he liked the idea that I am getting seat on 10 number, 11 number. Today I will be made to sit right in the front. So they made him sit in the front. And as Swami walked past him, he stood up on his knees and he was tongue-tied. He could not speak. But Swami looked at him and asked in Hindi, हाँ बोलो, क्या काम है? Swami said. So he said with great difficulty, Swami, आज मेरी सर्जरी है. तो Swami said, तो? He said, Swami, मेरी सर्जरी है. The Swami looked at him in a very stern look. Swami gave. Swami said, जिसको मुझ में विश्वास, मैं उसके लिए मंदिर बनाया. जिसको डॉक्टर में विश्वास, मैं उसके लिए हॉस्पिटल बनाया. And Swami walked away. Now imagine the poor guy's condition. Swami says, one who has faith in me, I have made this mandir. And one who has faith in doctor, I have made the hospital. And now this man was confused. A poor, illiterate farmer who is not a devotee of Swami, who's only 6 days old with Swami, and Swami gives him an atom bomb by saying, जिसमें मुझ में विश्वास, मैं मंदिर बनाया, जिसको डॉक्टर में विश्वास, मैं अस्पताल बनाया. Now he went to that volunteer who had made him sit. So the volunteer said, hey, Swami spoke to you when? What did he say? He said, Swami बोले, जिसको मुझ में विश्वास, मैं मंदिर बनाया, जिसको डॉक्टर में विश्वास, मैं अस्पताल बनाया. तो बताओ मैं क्या करूं? So he said, Baba, मेरे को नहीं मालूम तुम क्या करो, तुम तो जाओ यहाँ से अभी. He went and asked 2-3 more people. Nobody could say what he should do. So he listened to his heart. He said, Swami will not speak anything unknowingly. First of all, he came and spoke to me in my mother tongue. Then he knew what the problem was. And he tells me, जिसको मुझ में विश्वास, मैं मंदिर बनाया. So the bus was about to leave for super speciality hospital. He did not go in the line of the bus. Instead, he went in the line of the people wanting to go inside the temple, and he went inside the mandir. And he lost the chance of getting operated upon. Now, nothing happened to him. The pain was there, the trouble was there, it kept on increasing. On the 3rd day or the 4th day, the doctor met him as he was getting the canteen. He saw this fellow. Then he asked him, why did you not come that day? I was waiting for you. You were supposed to have been operated upon. Then he said, Sir, क्या करूं? स्वामी ने मेरे को confuse कर दिया. स्वामी बोले, जिसको मुझ में विश्वास, मैं मंदिर बनाया. जिसको डॉक्टर में विश्वास, मैं अस्पताल बनाया. तो मैं को मंदिर चला गया सर. अब मैं अस्पताल नहीं आता. He said like this. So the doctor said, but your condition looks bad. You come today, I will again check up and give you another date. He realized he's a poor illiterate man. He's not understood what Swami has said. So he took him there. And he did his full body checkup and immediately got alarmed. And he said, my goodness. He called his superior, the director of the hospital. And he said, sir, please have a look at that earlier report and this report. And that fellow also got scared. He thought probably I'm going to pop off in the next 15 minutes. That is what they are going. And then they declared to him that the report, which was 10-day old, said that there were 3 blockages in his heart. And the report, which was done 15 minutes back, said all the blockages in his heart were opened and he was cured. So this is Bhagawan's word. जिसको मुझ में विश्वास, मैं मंदिर बनाया. Now the ball is entirely in our courts. We have to decide whom do we need to trust, our heart or our mind, or what the world has to say. So when it comes to Swami, only listen to your heart and your heart alone. One can go on and speak about Bhagavan. They say Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. So you can go on and on, but I think the time which was allocated to me has been covered, and I have Brother ML and Swami signaling to me that if I want, I can stop here. So without taking too much of your time, I would like to thank all of you with all my heart for being such a wonderful audience, for listening to my whatever little I knew, I felt, to all of you with all my heart, and thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience. And last and foremost, I would like to thank Bhagawan again for giving me this opportunity, for coming into his own house, meeting all of you and relating a few moments which are spreaded with him. So all I can tell all of you is our priority in life should always be Bhagawan and Bhagawan alone. When we keep him as our priority, we can... Okay. Oh my God, I've got a bonus here. Swami sir says I can continue for a little longer. Okay, so I would like to relate quickly one very beautiful scene which had happened in front of my eyes. It was 1980, January 14. Suddenly in Venkateshwara University, the holidays for Makar Sankranti were declared. And all the boys who were living in Bangalore or those who were living in Hyderabad or near about places, Guntur, Guntagal and other places, they all left for celebrating the holidays. Those of us who had come from far off places, we couldn't have gone for 3 days and come back. So we stayed back with Swami. And we stayed back, and Swami, true to his words, morning and evening he would come and talk to us, he would grant us interviews, he would give us vibhuti, he would give us gifts. So we were probably enjoying it most. At that time there were 200 students, and now about 30 or 40 students alone in the veranda. We felt like kings sitting in the king's court, and Swami would talk to us every day. I remember on that holiday of 14th of January, one Swami's ardent devotee, his name was Mr. S.N. Singh. He was from Calcutta. He was the owner of the Spencer Group of Hotels, and what was particular about him was, in those days, in 80, he used to wear safari suits. And the safari suit, if it's a grey safari suit, so a grey shirt, a grey pant and a grey Gandhi topi. He used to wear a grey Gandhi topi. If it's a black suit, it will be a black Gandhi topi. If it's a white suit like I'm wearing one, it would be a white Gandhi topi. So Swami lovingly used to call him Topi. So whenever he would say, "Hey Topi, idhar aao," and then he would talk to him. And those of you who've gone to Brindavan and who have seen the Walter Coven block where the boys live, adjacent to it is S.N. Singh block. He had contributed in construction of that second hostel in Bangalore in those days. So he was very close to Swami. So that morning, he got up on his knees and he spoke something to Swami. So Swami said, "Kahan hai?" So suddenly he turned back and he said, "Swami, mere uncle aaye hain aur wo wahan piche hain." And we all turned back to see in East Prasanthi, in front of East Prasanthi gate, there was a huge, massive man of about 115 kilos sitting on a wheelchair. Mr. S.N. Singh was as white as milk. He was as fair as milk. And his uncle was probably even fairer. He was like an apple. You could see the red color on his face. He was as fair as that. And the Swami looked at him. He said, "Wo tumhara uncle hai?" He said, "Yes, Swami." The Swami jokingly told us, "Ye itta buda hai aur iska uncle kitta buda hoga." He spoke like that, jokingly to us. Then he signaled. He said, "Isko lao." Now there was a patla dubla sa, a very lean and thin servant who tried his level best to pull that 150 kilos of wheelchair. But those days there were sands in Prasanthi Nilayam. And however much he tried, he could not push him. Then Swami said, looked at some of us, "Hey, uska help karo jaake." So 3 of us got up, we went running, and with all that enthusiasm pushed Jai Sai Ram. And in no time, we brought it near Swami, and there is a slope as you come into the mandir. So on that slope, we went and parked the wheelchair right in front of Swami, who was standing with his hands like this behind. And Swami kept on looking at that man who was sitting with folded hands like this, and he was looking very scared. He was probably coming before Swami for the first time. Then Swami said, "Hey, kya hua tumko?" So he spoke something we couldn't understand, though his wheelchair was just next to where I was sitting. So he said, "Kya hua?" Then Mr. S.N. Singh came. "Swami, 25 years से ये आदमी नहीं चला. इसको bless करो स्वामी, इसको आशीर्वाद दो आपका, इसको कुछ करो स्वामी इनके लिए, ये चल नहीं सकता." "Oh, चल नहीं सकता." The Swami went to him, and Swami was in that jovial mood, in that Krishna mood, smiling, talking, cracking jokes, laughing. "Hey, क्यों नाटक करता? उठो, चलो, अंदर आओ, हम तुमको इंटरव्यू के लिए बुलाता. चलो." Now that man looked at his nephew, Mr. Singh, that doesn't Swami know that I can't walk? And Swami is telling me to walk. Swami said, "Hey, udhar kya dekhta? Hum tumko bol raha, utho, chalo." They said, "Utho, koshish to karo." Then he did with all his might. He tried his level best to get up, and we saw blood running into his face. He turned red right from here to his arms. He was wearing a half-sleeved shirt. He had such thick arms, as much as our thighs probably, Such a huge man he was. And he tried his level best and he could not. He fell on the chair. And then Swami said, and suddenly Swami's expressions changed. That Krishna-like expression was gone. I was looking at Swami because the wheelchair was in the middle, Swami was in the front, and I was sitting just parallel to the wheelchair. Swami suddenly went. Swami took 2 steps backwards, like this. And Swami suddenly waved his hand and came vibhuti in his hands. And Swami put vibhuti here, and then hit his knees twice. Like he was sitting, Swami just hit the knees twice. And I heard for the first time in my life, Swami commanded him. Swami was so serious, looking into his eyes. And Swami said, get up and walk. That's all. And then Swami took one step back and two steps back. And I could see it was not the Swami I knew. It was probably the Lord of the universe with all the power which was there with him, who commanded only 3 words: get up and walk. Now this man tried and he got up. He took the step, first step, second step, and third step. He was about to take and fall. Swami caught hold of that little finger. That's all. Swami caught hold of that finger, was about to fall. And Swami said, ow, ow, chalo, chalo. And Swami took him, escorted him like this in front of us, such a huge distance from the beginning of the mandir right to the interview room. Swami just held the tip of his finger here and made him walk. And we were all so surprised that for the first time in our lives we had seen a man who has not walked for 25 years walk in front of our own eyes. What greater miracle can you see? And I was reminded of that beautiful poem I had read from Surdas. Jaki kripa pangu giri langhe andhe ko sab kuch darsai. That means if your kripa comes on to a blind man, he can see. A lame man can cross mountain. And we actually saw this lame man get up and walk. After 5 minutes, just 5 minutes that interview lasted. 5 minutes and that man came out like this, walking on his own. Swami had given him a vibhuti bath. His total head from this part to this part was full of vibhuti, as if Swami had probably materialized vibhuti like this and given him a vibhuti shower. Total thing was full of vibhuti. Only the Ganga and Yamuna were flowing from here. And you could see that, those 2 spots of tears which were flowing, and he was crying like a child. You know how a child cries? He's crying like that. Tears are flowing out of his eyes. And he's doing Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. He's not able to utter anything else. Crying like a baby. And Swami made him walk all the way. Then he told his servant, "Ye wheelchair leke jao." And that servant took the wheelchair. That ambassador car by which he came was parked right outside the gate near East Prasanthi, where Swami could also see him. Then he went and stood for 10 minutes with his hands folded near his ambassador car. And Swami, was again into that Krishna mode of his. Then he looked at me. तुमने देखा? हमने इसको आज चलाया. ये 25 साल से नहीं चला. As if, a big thing is telling everyone. तुमको मालूम? 25 years नहीं चला. हमने चलाया इसको. देखो कैसा चला. And then suddenly, again, the expressions changed. And Swami was lost, waving his arms like that. And he started looking in the sky. And then he said, "Kya fayda? Kya fayda? Itna paisa, itna नौकर, किस काम का? एक बार प्रभु के सामने सरेंडर हुआ तो भगवान ने सब कुछ कर दिया. ये पैसा किस काम का? किस काम का?" And again he changed. And he was there. तुमने देखा? हमने उसको चलाया. Like that. So you could see that split change in the persona of Swami when he's talking like God and when he's talking like one amongst you. So that was one occasion I remember very categorically, this experience of making a lame man walk. And while we are at it, next year we were going through a drama on the life of Jesus of Nazareth. So the practice was going on, and the drama on the life of Jesus of Nazareth was going on in the auditorium. Thank you. It was supposedly being done by the old students, those who were lecturers and all, and they were doing the drama. In the drama, there is a scene wherein Jesus Christ goes in a market, and we've seen that there are some people are selling goats, some people are selling clothes, some people are selling vegetables, somebody is selling something. And there is a blind boy that role was played by the present warden of Vrindavan Hostel, Mr. Ravi Kumar. And his father was a tall boy, and he was holding his hand because Mr. Ravi Kumar is short in height. And he goes to him and takes him, "Look, this is the market, this is the goat, this is the cloth where they're selling, this is the vegetable vendor. Suddenly Jesus Christ comes there. And Jesus Christ asks this father, why are you holding the hand of this boy? Why don't you let him go? Why don't you let him run? So the man says, my son is born blind. He can't see. And then Jesus Christ says, he can't see. And then Jesus Christ goes and touches his eyes like this. And suddenly that character starts jumping and he says, Father, I can see, I can see, I can see. So that I had myself seen that play, that enactment of that practice session which was going on. Now next day Swami was to come. So Swami came and then again this enactment was done in the evening. And Swami was watching this very seriously. No expression, no change, nothing. Very seriously. Soon as this part of the drama got over, Swami said, okay, remaining practice tomorrow. And he walked out. He walked out, came from the ladies' side, from the green room, went to the ladies' side. There was a blind girl sitting there. And in front of us, we were sitting right in the front row. Swami went, I don't know what Swami did. Swami touched her eyes like this and came back. And suddenly, there was a lot of crying and shouting in the ladies' side. The ladies started saying, ooh, ah, ee, all those kinds of voices. And we were wondering what happened. Swami touched her eyes, but what happened? And then we got to know that this blind girl had not seen and Swami had touched the eyes and she could see. And then Swami comes to us and as a matter of fact he tells, you know, I went to see that play of Jesus Christ. In that play, Jesus gave eyes to a small boy. So I remembered there was this girl who was sitting with me for so many days and she also cannot see. So if Jesus can give eyes, I can also give eyes. So I gave eyes to her today. So she's got her eyesight. That's it. End of matter. Urdu, finished. Nothing after that. Finished, over. And Swami went in. Matter of fact, I saw that in the play, Jesus Christ gave eyes. So I thought, let me also give eyes to this girl. And I gave eyes. And then he went off. So this is Swami. This is his love. Imagine, when we imagine this, that those who were close to Lord Rama, how lucky they must have been, those who lived in Ayodhya. That Vanar Sena which had accompanied Lord Rama to Lanka, how lucky they would have been. Then we talk about the Gops and the Gopikas who had that opportunity to be with Lord Krishna. The same kind of opportunity was given to us also. Your children and your grandchildren are going to probably put your picture, hang a garland across it, and they say these are the people who are the contemporaries of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. They have seen them, they have lived with them, they have been with them, they have got his blessings. And this is not something I'm telling out of emotion. I once went to Shirdi and I saw that there was a young pujari who was offering Aarti to Shirdi Baba. Soon after offering Aarti, he put in a little more camphor in the Aarti and he walked out from the back gate. So since the Aarti was over, I also just followed him out because my car was parked outside. I saw he went out and his house was very close by, and he went to his house and there was a picture of Shirdi Baba and there was a picture of a man wearing a Gandhi topi, and he started offering the Aarti to that man on the Gandhi topi. So I was surprised that this man has just now offered Aarti to Shirdi Baba in the temple. Whom is he offering Aarti? I thought it must be some family guru or somebody. So I went to him and just inquisitively asked him, Sir, whom are you offering this Aarti? He said, oh, this is my grandfather. He had lived with Shirdi Baba. He had spoken with Shirdi Baba. He had been his ardent disciple. Shirdi Baba used to love him a lot. So after I offer the Aarti to Bhagawan, I come and offer my Aarti to my grandfather because he is the one who has actually seen Baba. So imagine our good fortune, those of us who have seen Baba, who have witnessed his love, who have had his darshan, sparshanam and sambhashanam. I think the same kind of fate awaits us when our children and grandchildren will talk about us, provided we prove ourselves to be role model as devotees. We prove ourselves that we are walking the path which Swami had showed us, and we are firm in our faith and directions as given by Bhagawan. Swami says, you don't have to talk about me. First Swami says, be good, do good, and then tell good. First Swami says, be, do, and then tell. So first Swami says, be. So that is important. So let us all pray to Swami today while we are sitting in his house. So let us pray ardently this evening that Swami, you help us to be good. You help us to become better individuals. You help us to feel your presence with us throughout the day, throughout the night, and save us from all temptations and ensure that we walk the path as you have shown, so that when the time for us to go comes, we go with pride in our eyes, we go with love in our hearts, so that when God comes to take, we have no regrets. Thank you so much for being such a patient audience. Jai Sai Ram.
స్వామి మీద ఉన్న ప్రేమతో శ్రీ సత్యసాయి విద్యార్థులు ప్రతి నెల నిర్వహిస్తున్నటువంటి ఈ సమర్పణ కార్యక్రమానికి అత్యంత ప్రేమతో విచ్చేస్తున్నటువంటి మీ అందరికీ శ్రీ సత్యసాయి విద్యార్థుల తరఫున అనేక సారాలు జరుపుకుంటున్నాను. ఎటువంటి పరిస్థితిలో ఉన్నా స్వామి విద్యార్థి తాను అనుభవించినటువంటి స్వామి ప్రసాదించినటువంటి అనుభూతులన్నీ కూడా మనందరితోటి పంచుకున్నటువంటి ఈ సమర్పణ కార్యక్రమం దిగ్విజయంగా 135వ నెల స్వామి అనుగ్రహ ఆశీస్సులతో పూర్తి చేసుకున్నాం. దీనికి సహస్ర స్వామి పాదపద్మానికి అనేక సాష్టాంగ దండ ప్రణామాలు సమర్పిస్తూ శ్రీ సత్యసాయి విద్యార్థులం అందరం కూడా, సిస్టర్స్ బ్రదర్స్ అందరం కూడా స్వామికి ఎంత చేసినా, సాయి మాట ఎంత చెప్పినా, సాయి సేవ ఎంత చేసినా తరివి తీరదనేటువంటిది అందరూ తెలుసుకున్నటువంటి విషయం. అందువల్ల స్వామికి మరొకసారి కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేసుకుంటూ, స్వామి విద్యార్థిగానే కాకుండా శ్రీ సత్యసాయి సేవా సంస్థల్లో కూడా అనేక సేవా కార్యక్రమాలు నిర్వహిస్తున్న మా సోదరుడు త్రిభువన్ శ్రీ సత్యసాయి రక్షణ కవచంతో ప్రేమపూర్వకంగా వారిని గౌరవించుకున్నాం. ఆ గౌరవం చేయడానికి వేదికపైకి గౌరవనీయులు శ్రీ ఎంబీఆర్ కృష్ణయ్య గారిని, శ్రీ వాసుదేవరావు గారిని వేదికపైకి ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాను. త్రిభువన్ సచ్దేవ్తో పాటు శ్రీ త్రిభువన్ సచ్దేవ్. we have given a name to the shawl, Sri Sathya Sai Rakshana Kavacham. So that will be given to you now by Sri Tribhuvan Sachdeva, our trust member secretary, as well as Sri Vasudeva, Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organizations, Telangana State Seva Dal Coordinator. సాయి శ్రీనివాస్ని సాయి కృష్ణని వచ్చి శివం సమర్పణ అమౌంట్ ఇవ్వాల్సిందిగా కోరుతున్నాను. మొదలుపెట్టినప్పుడు సమర్పణ మొదలుపెట్టినప్పుడు స్వామి ఏ కార్యక్రమం అయినా ఓకే, సమర్పణ మటుకు ఆవడానికి వీలేదని డివోటీస్ నాకు ధమ్కించారు అప్పుడే మొట్టమొదట 2013వ సంవత్సరంలో. అందువల్ల వారి ప్రేమ అనంతంగా సాగుతూ ఈ విధంగా 135 సమర్పణలు స్వామి దయతో పూర్తి చేస్తున్నాం. వచ్చే నెల 136వ శివం సమర్పణలో మళ్ళీ అందరం కలుసుకుందాం. ఈ విధంగా మీ అందరి ప్రేమానురాగాలు మా అందరితో పంచుకోమని కోరుతూ ఈనాటి సమర్పణ వక్తగా తన అనుభూతులను మనందరితో పంచుకున్న మా సోదరుడు త్రిభువన్ సచ్దేవుని స్వామికి మంగళహారతి సమర్పించవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాను. సాయిరామ్.
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्ति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशि वरना श्रीधरा
సాయిరామ్. ముందుగా మహిళలందరూ పెట్టి స్వామి దర్శనం చేసుకుని ప్రసాదం తీసుకుని వెళ్ళవలసిందిగా కోరుతూ, అదేవిధంగా తర్వాత జెంట్స్ అందరూ కూడా స్వామి దర్శనం చేసుకుని ప్రసాదం తీసుకుని వెళ్ళవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాం. జై సాయిరామ్.